Hello, FlossTube Stitchers. I usually change up the background a little bit from video to video, but I figured why not stay in front of the patriotic display during the month of July. So I kept it set up through the last couple of videos, and it absolutely looks ridiculous when people come in the store because it's actually, the setup is an upside down wire mesh wastebasket with a couple of these cushions on top, and then my iPad is on top of that. And it's just so silly, but it works. So I figured I would make it easy on myself and just keep it this way for all of July. I'm going to start off with some vintage stitches. The three of them are all Bent Creek kits. And the first one is Liberty. You probably saw this in a video from last summer, I guess, or maybe even the summer before, I can't remember, but this is called Liberty. And I always love how they add the satin stitches in to give it a little more depth. And I'm constantly thinking, why don't I do that more often on other pieces when it has a large area of solid stitching? I don't know why I don't think to do that, but looking at these reminds me of it. And then this is a double Eastside Moldings frame. And this was from a series of zipper kits from the year 2000. Then the second one is one you just saw recently in a video. This is Freedom. And I didn't show it up close, I just showed it in the video and a photo. This was from the year 2001. And then the third one is new. That second one was in my craft room. And Hip Hip Hurrah hangs in a permanent grouping in our office. It's also decorated patriotic. I think that makes 4 rooms in the house. So I love the military look of it. So this is really good for not just the 4th of July, but Memorial Day and Veterans Day, that sort of thing. And it's really nice if you have somebody in the military that you'd like to honor by giving it as a gift. You could always personalize it. And this was from the year 2002. So 2000, 2001, 2002. They're all still available, even though they're that old. And the kits come like this with a color photo, and then it uses the 18 count raw linen, and then it includes all of the pearl cotton, whether it's DMC or overdyed Weeks Dye Works, that's all included, and then any embellishments, the little gold stars and the ceramic button, so they're all included in that. And I do have all 3 of those in stock. All right, now, just to show you that I have been doing a little bit of stitching lately, I finally finished the free chart from Lindy Stitches called Peter's Day Out. And this is what he looks like. And I realized that my fabric might have been a little lighter in spots, especially since it's that vintage blue whisper and it has a little bit of white running through it. So I thought the tail needed to be a little fuller. So I had stitched the whole thing in 1 strand over the 32. So for the tail, I just went over the top cross again with 1 more strand. So it looks a little thicker and shows up a little bit better. I wasn't that worried about the flowers. I thought, well, I don't want to have to go back and do all the flowers that way because I made a choice to stitch with 1 strand instead of 2, but I like the way the tail looks. I almost had thought to do it with Whisper, and then I wasn't sure it would be too lumpy looking for such a small area. So then I was thinking of doing the center of the flowers in petite beads, and I'm like, Shelley, stop overthinking it and just finish the darn thing. So it's done. Then, because customers and friends are so shy about having their picture taken, I haven't had very many Wednesdays women lately, so I decided to change my Facebook post to Whip Wednesday. And that will whip me into shape as far as keeping up with my stitching if I have to show what I'm working on every week. So I think that will be good for me. much like Freebie February and Mania, when I start a new project every day. So if you saw it on Facebook, sorry for the duplicate. I'm working on Free and Brave from the Drawn Thread. And I really love that she provides such great diagrams for the specialty stitches. So this one uses a sprat's head, a heart and flower in the sprat's head stitch, and then satin stitch, leviathan, pine stitch, and a double diagonal cross. Apparently, I did all the X's and saved the more complicated stuff for last, I think because I like to do that without my glasses on. So I found this recently in a tote bag that I was cleaning out, and I'm like, why didn't I ever finish it? Well, that's why. Everything that's missing is a specialty stitch. So I'm motivated to finish this before the end of the month and get this framed and up as a shop model. All right, so that's that. Then this video is called Picture This Plus because I got an order recently. This is the order that I placed at the beginning of November, so I was very excited to get it. A few people were waiting for things, but as it is right now, because it takes so long to get the fabric, I'm really just reordering every 2 months, things that sell quickly, things that I'm low on the count, or if I'm low on a certain color like a neutral or blue or something. So I don't think people are waiting that long for their fabric. They're just choosing substitutes more readily, especially with Picture This Plus. So let me drag that box over. And I'm going to show them to you in alphabetical order because I was going to do it by count, but then some of them I got the color in 2 different counts and I had to make a decision. So I'm going to do it in alphabetical order, but I'm going to start with the crystals. So this is 14 count crystal ale, and it's in the kind of the middle of 3045 and 3046 in DMC. Guess I'm holding that backwards. All right, so that's what that looks like. And I think the color shows up better the farther back I hold it. And unless I already sold a 1/4 yard of it, everything I'm showing you should still be a 1/2 yard. So if you're interested, contact me soon, as soon as you watch it. Sometimes a couple weeks later, something is still available. But in case something really catches your eye, something, somewhere, something, someone. Okay, stop saying that. The next color is Crystal Sprite. And I have it matched up to DMC 3743. So that's a good look at that. And the last crystal happens to have been a special order for somebody, but she doesn't need the entire piece. And this is 28 count Crystal Legacy. 372 is the DMC color that I thought best matched it. All right. And then I have Alchemy in 2 counts, 16 Ada and 32 Belfast. And I believe 931 is a better match, but I didn't have it, so I have 932 out here. It's a little bit maybe darker and a little bit grayer than this, but it's still kind of in that family. And then this is the linen. So a really nice, like dusty blue. Next, I have Ale, and this is in 36 count. And I thought one of those newer colors, 167, kind of represented the color family. There was no perfect match. But this is a great color for samplers or fall, Halloween. Even Christmas would look good on that. Okay, Dapple I only have in one count, 14. And I think, yeah, I didn't have it. 168 is a really good match to this, but I didn't have any in stock. And I wasn't going to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby just for one skein of floss for demonstration purposes, because that would have gotten me in a lot of financial trouble. You know, I would have walked all through the stores. All right, then I have fawn in 2 counts, 14 count Ada and 32 count Belfast. And these actually were slightly different. The Ada is lighter, so I matched the Ada up to 543. And the linen, I thought, looked more like 841 and 842. Both pretty colors, just the Ada turned out lighter this time. I have Helix in 2 counts, 14 Ada and 32 Belfast, and they both matched DMC 02. That's the 32. I have Heroic, which was a special order for a customer. She's doing Rosewood Manor's Old Glory and wanted to do it in 14 Ada. And there's a pinky red and a gray blue running through it. Here, maybe I should open it up to show you. You just see part of it there. But to pick a color for it, of course, I'm going to pick the main background color, and that's 613. So she only needs 1/4 yard of this. Then I have Kermit in 2 counts. My pile is going to fall over any minute now. And I have it in 16 and 32. And I matched it up to 3819. It's a pretty wild color. It's very cool. I know there's a couple popular designs that are done on that. So last November, after Halloween, I was ordering Halloween colors, not knowing how long it was going to take to come in. And I did already sell 1/4 yard of this, so I have 1/4 left of the 32. Then I have Pewter in 40 count Newcastle. And this also was a little bit of a hard one to match up. I picked 3072. Sand I have in 3 counts, and I guess I was out of the floss color. 3033 is good really for all of them. So that's the 16 Ada. .32 Belfast. Has a little bit of a greenish undertone to it, but not as much as Legacy was starting to have in it. And then this is the 36. Then I have Vellum in 40 count, and this also, it's not the same, it doesn't have as much green, but 3033 was still the best DMC color for it. So this is lighter and not as green as the sand. Then I have Wren in 2 counts. This is 28 Cashel. 612 is a little dark for it, but it's still a good representation of the tones. And then I also have it in 40 count. Okay, we got the fabric out of the way so I can remove this big box. And then I'm going to show you some new things that came in this week. So these are from Allery. I've had their scissors before and they work great for a $4 scissor. So for $1 more, for $5, you can have a pair of scissors and a matching tape measure. And I had described these to a new mail order customer through email and sent a picture the other day, and she bought 2 of them, one to give as a gift and one to keep. So it's kind of cute. She's going to use it as a retreat gift exchange as part of her gift. So they came out with 20 count opalescent Ada. You probably can't see the sparkle. Anyway, 20 count, that's kind of cool. I had 2 customers that wanted it already. And then this is Lugana. Both of these obviously are Zweigarts because you can see the orange line going through the salvage. This is Stormy Clouds, which was available in other counts of linen, but now it's in Lugana. So it's kind of a cool, it has like a gray, cloudy appearance to it. All right, now let's do the charts from Jardin Privé. I think that says something like the colors of my garden. I didn't look it up. That's 9. A couple new ones from Little Stitch Girl. United We Plaid, which I thought was a really cute name for it, for the houses. And that's, what does that say? 18, because there's 3 designs in there. Then Simply Saying is her monthly series, so we have July for $8. Madame Chantilly has Save the Bees. A lot of cute designs in there. I think I'm going to need to get that one. Watermelon Party. And then Romy's Creations is continuing her month in a jar. So we've got July. And these are all 10. August. And September. Cricut Collection has 2 new ones. This is part of their word series. It says Forever, and it's 9. And then A Sweet Friendship refreshes the soul. And they always include a free chart in their automatics. And they sent an extra one of this for me to use as I please. So I'd like to use this as a giveaway for this week. Just tell me, you know, something about one of your stitching buddies, or who you would stitch this for, or, you know, something about stitching. And I'll put you in the drawing for that. Hello from Liz Matthews. It has the 4th day in her Christmas series, so you can do it as a framed picture pillow or the tree. And then the Halloween issue came. I'm sure you've seen this on social media, but we have these $9.99 for 50 plus projects. And I'm just going to give you a quick peek at, let's see, I think if I hold it like that, you can see all of the designs in there. Well worth the price. And then I wanted to read you a few comments from the last video about how people spent their 4th. Kathy Stugmeyer said, I worked the 4th and the 5th. ICUs never close. Yes, thank you, Kathy, for serving in that way, and to all the other medical personnel. She's a nurse. There are a lot of other medical personnel that have to take their turns working holidays, so we appreciate that. Joanne Toby said, spent the fourth evening trying to keep animals from freaking out during the fireworks. Yes, a lot of people said that, and I agree. We were home this year, partly due to choice and partly due to plans that fell through for something that we normally participate in. And yeah, I mean, even the wildlife are affected by the fireworks. So I wish everybody would get on board with doing the fireworks with no sound. It is a possibility. I saw some evidence of it on Facebook. People were talking about it. And I just, you know, it's hard to comfort an animal. We've tried different things, but it's just hard. They don't understand. And so anyway, a lot of other people said the same thing. Scott Benson said, we were visiting our daughter in Illinois and did a driving tour of French colonial historical sites. That sounds like a lot of fun. And Carol Currid said, I spent the fourth helping my son get settled in his new apartment in the next community over, but I did have a bit of time to try out a few stitches on my sampler. She also said, I enjoyed meeting you on Thursday. So yes, Carol was somebody who had watched me, and her son moved here, so I'm sure I'll be seeing her again, but it was really fun to meet her and all of the other people that have come through, especially this month. Some were in June, but a lot of them were this month. I don't think a day went by last week that I didn't have a few people come in and say, you sound just like you do on FlossTube, or, oh gosh, I'm so glad, you know, that we made it here finally. So it's been really fun. I don't want to mention other names because I know I'm going to forget somebody. But anyway, then I wanted to read a comment that was also typical. I spent the 4th of July reconnecting with family and friends, all fully vaccinated. Don't you hate that we have to like put that in there so people know we're following the rules? Enjoying a cookout and the fireworks. And that was from Ava Allen, and she already knows that she won the 2 patriotic tiny modernist charts. So we've already connected, and those are ready to go out in the mail. And last but not least, speaking of people that had been here visiting, this is a beautiful handmade card. I don't know who exactly made it, but it's from Marcia and her daughter Lindsay, who were here a few weeks ago. And I wanted to read you what she said. They were just the sweetest people. We had done some mail order and we had done some emailing back and forth. Their trip was very well planned. They ended up staying overnight, and they had a lot of things they wanted to go to while they were in this area. And so I helped them out a little bit, gave them, you know, some ideas, but you can Google most anything anyway. But anyway, I enjoyed helping them plan their trip. And this is what Marcia said. Just wanted to again say a big thank you for all of your help while we spent hours in the store. Sorry for taking up your entire day and making you stay late. No, wasn't a problem at all. I enjoyed having you. You were very kind and we truly appreciate it. We found so many great things. We did eat at Scramblers on Wednesday morning and it was yummy. Hope to see you again. And they sent me an Ihop gift card. We had quite a lengthy discussion about breakfast places in the area, and they ended up going the next day. And the note on the back of the gift card says, hope you like Ihop, take your honey to lunch. So Marcia and Lindsay, I don't think they let dogs go into Ihop, so I'll take my husband. Just kidding. All right, I think that's it for today. I'll probably be right back here next week with some more vintage stitches. I think I have a few more patriotic ones I can show. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.